I'm just listening to a podcast by Gary Vee, and he's mentioned this quite a few times, in that video is not dying, but it's not as great or as much of a front runner or a growth runner as what audio is going to be. And he said that quite a few people will watch YouTube videos. I say watch YouTube videos. They will just listen to them even though they're playing a video, but they could just have their phone in their pocket and have the headphones in and treat it more like a podcast if the podcast isn't there. And I was wondering what your take on it is. So if you're the kind of person who does watch a YouTube video with more audio benefit than visual, then just drop a comment down in the bottom and let me know how you tend to take in content. I think I'm definitely going to try and get a few more topics involved, so each series for the vlog is going to incorporate a specific topic for that, as well as just general training and bits about the day and things like that. At the moment we're still in lockdown, so the days are pretty boring. None of us are really doing anything apart from some small walks and getting out and about in nature a little bit. I'm currently doing my 10,000, well, on my way to doing 10,000 steps. So I'm currently on, just update for a second, 5,500. Don't know if you can see that. I promise it does say 5,500, but we're out back in the field again. I've done the majority of the route. I don't do the full 10,000 while I'm out here. I'll kind of come out for a little bit, get loads of steps in, and then go back, have some food. I'll train and do some bits at home with maybe a couple of thousand steps left in the tank, and then as I'm training, as I'm finishing off the day, it should kind of tick over the rest of the steps. I mean, it's only 11:30 now in the morning. It should be easily doable. We're definitely getting better at all this. For those of you that don't know, that I do work in a gym as well as PTing and stuff, so the gym have me furloughed at the moment. Oh, look at this little guy. I'm guessing that's Mama. But yeah. In fact, there's loads in this field right now. And that is the bridge that I'm going to have to cross. This could be interesting. So yeah, every time you come out here it's far nicer than just wandering around some streets or whatever. You never know what you're going to encounter or what friends you're going to make. yesterday was quite a different walk. Really nice to see a friend after however many weeks we've been locked down now. Everyone's been talking about Groundhog Day. It just feels like one day and week merge into the next. I literally can't believe how long we've actually been locked down in this now. But it's serving a purpose. Just looking forward to the day we can actually get out and get back to normal. It's getting a little bit tedious now. I think even people that didn't like the job before are still wanting to go back to work. And I know quite a few people that are going to have to change how they go to work because of employers changing certain things. Right, well. Trying to push a horse out of the way. This could make a good shot actually. And get back to homework now. That's the wildlife side of it. There's also all kinds of different birds, which I'm not too familiar on, but if I can manage to catch any, then I'll put them in the video. There's snakes, frogs, toads, hedgehogs, foxes, deer. So it's not just the livestock, the cows, the horses and things like that. When I initially came out here, it was actually blowing a little bit windy and a little bit overcast, and it wasn't too warm, and I kind of regretted coming out in a t-shirt. But now by the end of this walk, just walking along is actually making me sweat. The breeze has dropped right down, the sun is out, and the clouds have kind of disappeared a bit. It's nice though. It feels like proper summer at last. Long awaited. In fact, that can be one annoying thing about me, is that I've got pretty bad hay fever, I'm not going to lie. And so at the moment I'm taking 3 different tablets. I think it's cetirizine, loratadine, and atravastine or actravastine or something like that. But and a nasal spray as well. So I'll quickly flip this to when I'm back home, and I will show you the products that I take. I'm not recommending to anyone, because I'm not a doctor or anything, that you should take more than one. But I think each chemical compound does a different thing slightly to another. So if I've layered them up, then it benefits me. So this is my current drug stack. I've got cetirizine, that's loratadine, and actravastine. And I'm not actually sure what this is, but this is the nasal spray. So I'll take one of each of those and up to 3 of these a day, and then that's up to 3 sprays per day. Hay fever. sucks. But I'd rather take all this and hopefully put it to one side. Especially if I'm training outside, this is the last thing that I need. Like sniffly nose, can't breathe, itchy eyes. So,
You're making your life the story. You got to share the things that you love because those become integral parts to the story that you're telling through your vlog. Example, coffee is something that I love, and I share that through many episodes of my vlogs, of my tutorials, etc. Now, coffee has become almost like its own product, its own character, its own little cameo in my episodes, to the point where when I don't include it in an episode, people actually ask me, "You didn't drink any coffee?"
Just chilling out, having some food just before I train. I've got like a primarily back session today. I think there's also some, don't know, I'll link it here. But yeah, just trying to see how I can update my vlogging style and try and improve. Vlog by vlog, better in the channel. So, food wise, just got some beef stir fried with some potatoes that I put in the microwave and some mustard. And then I'll link the macros. Time to train. So I've eaten today, I've done a bit of work. I can't say doing anything during lockdown is pretty interesting. It's just a case of going through the workouts, eating, vlogging, editing my website. Stay tuned for that. And doing little bits and bobs. I've been hoovering this morning, domestic goddess. Just little things. And chasing up a delivery for one of the patio slabs that I smashed during a workout. Other than that, we're going to get into some deadlifts, which I have not done in a long time. This is the first time in the new training block. So I'm looking forward to that. Right, so the deadlifts today are going to be a lot harder than expected because the DOMs in my glutes are just ridiculous. I can't even squeeze them or touch them without pain. So, small numbers maybe? Or 50 kilo at the moment. And it's just hard to get down in position because everything's so tight and sore. Got me interested. Positive note, this is going to be the only sort of bent over type exercise, so I don't have any bent over rows or anything like that. I'll be using that bench in the background to do some pullovers next. Annoyingly, with only one set to go, I've just kind of tweaked it's like the insertion point of your hamstring where your glute is on the right hand side. It happened in one of the leg sessions maybe last week or the week before when I was actually doing squats, not RDLs or anything. And I've just started to feel something in the same place. So with the last set, I'm just going to drop back to 70 or so and just go really nice and steady. Work on form and position instead of any weight, and just make a note of it for Will. And then we'll move in. The rest of the session shouldn't be affected at all, so should be alright with that. So although this one was a bit too easy, you see it's only got 2 parts of the band there. Using that same one, I can double up on that and increase the tension. So now it's doubled up, it's actually a little bit too hard. So what I think I'm going to do is revert back to just a single loop, but add the red band in there as well. It would be quite handy if I had some other way of doing this. John. We don't care when you call our name. We don't care, we are just the same. We ignore the lace and we ignore the fire. We need a miracle. sometimes needs a must. So now I've attached that red band now, and that should add that little bit more tension to the purple band that I was missing. This may be too easy, in which case I'll just leave the bands as that and increase the dumbbell weight. So now that I've created the right tension on the band, I've also added some weight, so I'm on 23.5 kilo dumbbell, and then whatever the band tension is, I'm not actually sure, because it's kind of like a Frankenstein setup, so I can't just add these two because the green one's on there as well, so whatever. The hardest thing about this has got to be the fact that it's constantly pulling, and then I need to get it onto that bench. There's a little bit of an awkwardness for the setup, but I've not yet figured out how I can get around that. Maybe put some plates underneath this dumbbell to hold it there, or a little bit closer, while the band pulls. I've tried putting the dumbbell around the bench, but it pulls the bench into the fence, so trial and error. It'll be the first time I'm legitimately doing a meadows row. Not sure how this will go. I have just watched a tutorial from the man himself, but small things during my workout piss me off. Like when I try and write something and the page does this. Fuck off. This next one could be a fail in the making, because I've got to do a lying hamstring curl, dumbbell and band. We'll see if we can do it by ourselves. Oh my god, this is so sketchy. I think I've got it. There's just no tension in the band. Right. This is so much harder than it looks. Get cramp in my toe. Oh. That's awful.
I have an idea!
Do we reckon my very technical pickup system will work? Another step in the process is to get bigger plates so that there is more space between the actual handle and the ground. And then maybe I can tuck my feet around it a bit more. So in my quest for success, I got these little handles and tried to loop my feet through there so that the handle could take the awkwardness of the band on my ankle and then hold the dumbbell with my feet. And I'm not having to think about the band pulling the dumbbell out of my feet. But this has not worked at all. Well, why have you forsaken me? Last ditch attempt is band on band on band. So the green one is to hold it and give it a little bit more stretch to the red. The red is the actual tension I want, and then the purple was just to go around my feet. At this point I'm getting a bit bored. I'm going to have to check in with Will and maybe try and revise this, because I can't do dumbbell and band. I don't really like dumbbell anyway. But you can't say I didn't try, because set by set, you can see all the shit back there, but I'm trying.